Another counting rule that we use is the subtraction rule, sometimes called inclusion-exclusion. When we did the sum rule, we had to make sure that the two tasks that we were doing were independent. So we said that word or, but the tasks were independent, meaning they didn't have any overlap. So the question becomes, what do we do if the tasks have overlapping ways to do them? And that's where the subtraction rule comes in. Okay, so if there are p ways and q ways, then the total number is going to be p plus q minus their overlap. You can think about this example like in picking a card. If you say, what is the number of ways to pick a red card or a jack? Well, you could say the number of ways to pick a red plus the number of ways to pick a jack. The problem is that you're counting the red jacks twice. So you want to make sure that you don't get any overlap. You want to double count. So what we would do is subtract off the number of red jacks, the number of things that they have in common. So it's kind of like when you think about a cardinality of a set. The cardinality of A union B is going to be the cardinality of A plus the cardinality of B. But if they had overlap, then you're counting the stuff inside this part twice in A and B. So you subtract their intersection where they overlap. So let's do an example. It says, how many bit strings of length 8 either start with a 1 bit or end with the 2 bits 0, 0. So basically I have two tasks. I want strings of 8 that start with a 1 or end with a 0, 0. Okay, so if I'm going to do this, I have 8 spots. I want to put a 1 in this first spot. Times. Remember, a bit string is a string of zeros and ones, so there's only 2 choices for each spot. I can put whatever I want in these last 7 spots. Okay, if I'm going to do the ones that end with a 0, 0, again, I have 8 spots, but I need a 0 and a 0 to go here. So how many choices do I have left for the other spots? I can put 2 different choices in there. But what happens is I've counted the string that starts with a 1 and ends with 2 zeros twice. So I have to subtract off how many of those there are. So 2 choices here, 2 choices here, 2 choices here, 2 choices here, 2 choices here. So in total, I'm going to get the start with a 1 plus end with 0, 0 minus the overlap, start with 1 and 0, 0. So that's going to be 2 to the 7th. This is 2 to the 7th. This is 2 to the 6th. And this is 2 to the 5th. So it's going to be 2 to the 7th plus 2 to the 6th minus 2 to the 5th ways.